It's the Rover Dave Taylor with my friend Ashton here, and we're back on another adventure. At this time, we're at the Blue Ridge Tunnel. We're at the east entrance, by the way. There's two ways you can go to this tunnel, the west end and the east end. Both have a little bit of a ways you can go up to before you get to the tunnel. And check it out right there. There you go. That's the east end of the tunnel, and we got our flashlights with us because the phone lights may not be enough. And here we go. There's the entrance there. The further you go in, you got brick for part of the way, and then the brick kind of goes away, and you see the natural part of the tunnel, but I should say the natural ground and everything else. Here's the brick they got going in, or some of the parts, and then you can see everything else in the trail, and just how dark it is. And by the way, much cooler in here than it is outside, and breezy too. So I feel like I'm in a horror movie here watching it. I got the flashlight. It's really weird because, okay, so behind me there is where you can see like the part of the tunnel that came through. That's about 4,000 feet. And then up ahead is the exit for the tunnel. Some history on the Blue Ridge Tunnel. It was constructed between 1849 and 1859, and it was constructed beneath the Rockfish Gap in the Blue Ridge Mountains here in Virginia. The tunnel itself is nearly 4,300 feet long. It took nearly 9 years to construct. In 1944, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway replaced the 86-year-old Blue Ridge Tunnel with an adjacent tunnel at a slightly lower elevation, so that allows big trains to go through it. All right, back to natural light at the end of the tunnel. Now we're at the west end. What do you think?
It's nice. I like this way a lot better. The walk to the tunnel is less of a hill.
Yeah, so if you park in the west lot, there's like a huge incline. If you go to the east lot, a lot easier. And you can do part of the trail, or you can just part of it and then head back. So out of the west end is a long trail, about maybe a mile or so, give or take. That takes you to another parking lot. And that's the long trail there. It takes you to an incline. So again, if you come from the west end, expect to go up quite a bit. It's a little treacherous incline on your way back to your parking. Or if you're coming from the east end and you just want to do the whole trail, just a heads up if you're going to go to that part of the trailhead here. So this is the west end, and we're going to go back through the tunnel. All right, it's kind of dark where we are, but I wanted to do this. Hoo-wee! All right, so making our way out. This is natural light. Well, this looks really good right here. All right, so as you make your way through the tunnel, and you go back into the elements. Now, like in a fall day like today, it's breezy outside. It's breezy through the tunnel, and no matter what it is outside, it's always like 10 degrees cooler in the tunnel. So just a heads up on that if you're coming through here on a winter day. It's gonna be a little bit cooler in the tunnel. A little bit of a breeze going through there. So there you go. That is the Blue Ridge Tunnel, and we're back out. And you know, it's kind of cool. It's just long, but there's nothing strenuous about it unless you go up the west end. That's the hardest part. But there you go. So that's the tunnel. Hope you enjoyed that. What'd you think?
Awesome. Totally worth it.
There you go.
Especially if you have a half broken toe.
Free parking here, by the way. Keep that in mind, whatever end you park at, and it's a little bit cooler inside, but you know what, worth the little trek coming out. It's not far if you're going to like Shenandoah or doing the Blue Ridge Trail or Shenandoah National Park. It's worth taking an hour and a half out of your day to do it. So thanks for joining me on this adventure. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. I'm the Rover Dave Taylor, and we'll see where we go next.